He didn't fail at love. He showed up to the wrong environment. You were raised to believe effort mattered, that showing up counted. That consistency meant something. So when connection feels thin, when interest feels conditional, you don't get angry. You get confused. Because you're doing what you were taught. And it's not working. Cameron was raised deliberately. Not loudly. Carefully. His mother believed structure was care. Clean clothes. Clear rules. A calm home. His father believed provision wasn't performance. It was reliability. Being there when no one noticed. They didn't have excess, but the bills were paid. The fridge stayed full, and conflict didn't live rent-free in the house. So Cameron grew up with a quiet assumption that love was built. Not negotiated, not auditioned. Built. At 6'2", reserved, steady, he moved through rooms without needing to announce himself. He didn't chase attention. He didn't resent effort. He assumed adulthood would mirror upbringing. You show up. You invest. You choose carefully. And eventually, someone chooses you back. At first, nothing looked wrong. He dated. He listened. He planned. He paid. He wasn't ignored. He wasn't rejected outright. But something felt misaligned. Conversation felt transactional. Interest felt provisional. Connection felt secondary. Expectations arrived before curiosity, before effort, before understanding. It wasn't cruelty, it was entitlement without intimacy. And the unsettling part. No one seemed surprised by it. Friends laughed it off. This is just dating now. Podcasts reframed it. Modern dynamics. Social feeds packaged it as entertainment. Cameron didn't feel bitter. He felt displaced. Because this wasn't how he learned to love. He wasn't opposed to providing. His father modeled that clearly. But provision was never meant to replace reciprocity. Lately, contribution felt assumed, while presence felt optional. Late nights alone, he sat with a question he couldn't quite shape. Was he outdated? Or simply early for something no longer prioritized? The breaking point wasn't dramatic. No argument, no betrayal. Just one evening where effort met indifference so casual, it felt routine. He went home, sat on the edge of his bed, and noticed something new. Not anger, fatigue, not toward women, toward the environment. That's when it landed, quietly. He had been searching for partnership. In places engineered for consumption, apps rewarded immediacy. Nightlife rewarded surface energy. Loud spaces rewarded visibility, not intention. And he had mistaken access for alignment. So he stopped. No announcement, no resentment. He exited spaces that required performance instead of presence. No apps, no proving, no chasing clarity from people fluent in ambiguity. The quiet felt strange. For the first time, no one to impress. No role to maintain. Just time. And in that space, he noticed how much energy he'd been exporting. How much of himself he'd paused, waiting to be chosen. He returned that energy inward. Morning workouts grounded him again. Cooking slowed his pace. Reading steadied his thoughts. He volunteered with the local program his father once supported. Men building, teaching, talking. No posturing, no performance. Just presence. Months passed. Cameron wasn't hardened. He was clearer. When he met women now, it happened through context, not competition. A lecture? A friend's dinner? A community fundraiser? Conversation shifted. Curiosity replaced evaluation. Listening replaced expectation. And something subtle changed. He stopped trying to convince anyone of his worth. Not from arrogance, from understanding it didn't need defense. The women he was looking for hadn't disappeared. They simply weren't browsing the same loud marketplaces he'd outgrown. The world hadn't changed as much as he thought. His aim had. Cameron didn't end with a cinematic romance. That was never the point. He ended with steadiness. With patience. With the recognition that love doesn't vanish. It relocates. And if you keep searching in systems designed to extract from you, you'll confuse exhaustion for failure. He didn't walk away from women. He walked toward alignment. And that made all the difference.